I congratulate the filmmaker. This is a film whose time has not just come, it had come 30 years ago. But the fact of the matter is, whether we like it or not, Pranesh, there are two laws in this country, one for non-Hindus and one against Hindus. Now we talk about the Shah Bano judgment. Let me quote one revealing line from it verbatim. Quote, nor are we impressed by the plea of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board that in Ayat 241, the exhortation for paying maintenance is to the more pious and the more God-fearing, not to the general run of Muslims, unquote. This was the extent to which the AIMPLB was prepared to go in defense of misogyny. This was the extent. Even divide Muslims who worship the Quran. The petitioners argue that there is no concept of alimony in Quran beyond the iddat period of 3 months after talaq. The only exception being if the divorced woman is pregnant, then she has to be given maintenance till the child is born. Millions of Muslims demanded a Muslim woman should not be given alimony beyond the iddat period. And the Congress agreed. Pranesh, 40 years have gone by. A uniform civil code or UCC is not just a necessity for India. It is a prerequisite for India's unity. Religious fanatics may have held to ransom a generation previous to ours through partition. They may have held to ransom our generation through Shah Bano, but we will not allow them to hold to ransom our future generations. We have to say no to religious fanatics. Enough is enough. And so I congratulate the filmmaker. You know why, Pranesh? Another reason. The Hindu candle is burning at both ends. At one end is discrimination and at the other, minority appeasement. The wax is dripping. For how long can the Hindus fight with one hand tied? The discrimination meted out by the secular state. Talking of which, you can have the state give Hajj subsidy for decades, use taxpayers' money to host grand iftar parties, plunder state coffers to pay monthly salaries to thousands of Maulvis, ask government-run UGC to completely fund minority institutions that keep 50% seats reserved for Christians, step in to overturn a Supreme Court judgment just to appease Muslims, leech thousands of crores preferentially from Hindu temples, demand reservations for the poor only from Hindu schools, sell off and control thousands of acres of Hindu temple land, spend hundreds of crores of taxpayers' money for the Kartarpur corridor, run madrasas, and still be secular? For how long will we pretend that we are not practicing secularism but appeasement? For how long? And finally, 30 seconds. Tell me, was it the film Udaipur Files that provoked Muslims into attacking hundreds of Ram Navami processions, Durga Puja processions, Hanuman Jayanti Shobha Yatras, even Garba celebrations with impunity? Was it Udaipur Files that provoked Muslims to attend the funeral of Burhan Wani, of Yaqub Memon of Nasrallah? Was it the film Kerala Files that actually provoked Kerala Muslims into joining ISIS? Was it the film Kashmiri Files that provoked Kashmiri Muslims into committing a genocide and driving out lakhs of Hindus? Secularism is total separation of religion and state, but here, secularism is controlling and taxing only temples, not mosques.
You're right.
Secularism is fighting for Muslims to wear hijab to school, but beating Hindus for wearing kalawa, bindi and tilak. Secularism is respecting the Supreme Court Sabrimala judgment, but overturning the Supreme Court Shah Bano judgment. Secularism is arming Muslims with a Waqf Act, but denying Muslims a similar act. For how long will we pretend we are not practicing secularism? Finally, to Indian Muslims, 10 seconds, some of you on the panel. You want to continue to marry girl childs as young as 9, as your community has been doing so, while every other community in India has to follow the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act?